Hey, what's up everybody? Steve here from Galey's Marine, and we're back to show off the 2019 Moomba Makai. This boat is an absolute beast. 24.5 feet, 5,200 pounds, 4,000 pounds of subfloor ballast. As you can see, it's big, it's wide, it does the trick. Let's get around here, we'll show off the outside a little bit, and then we'll crawl inside and take a peek at it. So as you can see, we went with the black metal flake on this boat. We have the platinum gray as our accent color here. Ties in a little bit of color without going overboard with a really black boat or a boat that's hard to keep clean. White hull, white deck. We have a Pro Edge tower on this boat with the black bimini arm and black lower accent. This boat is equipped with the auto wake system. As you can see, it's a huge boat. It's nice and deep, ton of ballast, big wake, big wave. The future of Moomba boats right here. So let's make our way around here to the back end. We got our Flow 2.0 surf plates here on either side for shaping up our surf wave. A nice big center smart plate. The smart plate and the surf plates will go down for takeoff with the auto wake feature. If you don't get auto wake, only the center plate will go down for takeoff. But having those plates drop down is going to help with our planing speed, get the boat up and moving right away. We're running the 400 Raptor motor in this boat. You can option for the 6.2 liter Raptor 450 if you'd like, but we're close to sea level, and even in this big a boat, the 400 motor does great for us. So let's jump inside and we'll dig through it a little more. So we'll start here at the back of the boat. One of the first things that you might notice is the walkway going through the boat here. It's a big, tall, deep boat. We don't need our walkway way up here. They've recessed the walkway into the motor compartment. That way you can get in and out of the boat without ever stepping on any upholstery. Makes it really nice for kids, especially with the Gator step non-skid on it. We have a step on the center seat there so that nobody's ever on the upholstery as they're moving in and out. Climb up here and I'll show you a little bit about the storage and features of the boat. So just like we did the Gator step non-skid throughout the walkway, we also have it on the decks as well. That way as people are getting on and off the boat from the dock, they're not stepping on the gel-coated surface. We have a nice soft spot to step with some grip so nobody slips and falls. In the back here you can see, because of our subfloor ballast, we have these nice big deep storage tanks in the back here. Ropes, life jackets, all the things that you need throughout the day. That's the best spot for those. And then we also have this center tray here, which I like to throw my wet life jacket on there on a cool day. That way it'll warm back up before I go for another ride. So lots of storage in this boat because of the depth. It's big and heavy, rides very well in the water, and can battle just about anything you need in the day. If you're on a busy lake with big rollers, if you're looking to have the biggest roller, this boat will definitely do the trick. So being a 24.5 foot boat, as you can see, we have a ton of room inside here. Having the additional space in the cockpit allows our center slide seat to have two different positions. So that's one position there, or we can slide the seat even further forward up to here. So you can see we got a backrest that stores underneath the seat that can plug in right here to give us an additional backrest. So now that we have three people sitting across the boat nice and comfortably. Our storage compartments flip up. They are on a stainless hinge, which is a nice feature. Having such a big, long compartment, it's nice to be able to open this thing up without pulling this big of a seat off or having the seat split up into sections. As you can see, our floor in the storage compartment is finished with the rubberized non-skid over the top of it. Underneath this compartment here is where our additional ballast bag is. So we have bags in the back, bags here under the seats, down tucked away below the storage. So still got all that access for bumpers, jackets, big enough for water skis, tubes, whatever you got, this boat will handle it. On the right side, you can see our battery charger here. We like to equip all the boats with the battery charger. That way you can maintain your batteries in the off season, plug that into the wall, and it will turn on and off as it needs to maintain the batteries for you. Nice little storage compartment here. I personally like that one. I use that for all the shoes and sandals. It's just a nice, easy compartment. Nothing's gonna roll out of there. Got a couple cup holders. Lots of cup holders down throughout the boat. We have a few phone holders here. Everybody's got cell phones on the boat these days, so it's nice to have places to put those, not taking up a cup holder where we need our drinks. Being such a deep boat, that's allowed Moomba to actually take some things out of storage compartments and tuck them away. For example, under this compartment here, we have batteries in the middle of the boat underneath the floor. And then we have this nice little tray with our trash bin. We'll just pop in right over the top of it. Keeps everything nice and neat. And then our battery switch right here. So I really like the battery switch access here. You're not digging underneath the cushion to turn the battery on or off. And it gives you a nice little spot to store your drain plug as well. That way when you turn the battery on, you know if you got your plug in or out. So what's a big boat without a ton of storage? We see a lot of big boats out on the water these days that are taking up all their storage with fat sacks, and you just really have no room for gear. The Makai is the exception. We got a big deep storage compartment here. As you can see, I've pulled out the front cushion. That storage runs all the way up through the front of the boat. Ton of room for anything that you need to carry with you on the lake. So we'll get these put up and keep on moving through the boat here. As you can see, just like on the Craze Pro, if you've watched that video, we have dropped the glove box down into the dash. It gives the driver a lot more visibility through the windshield. They're not looking over that big glove box pod. So we have a nice door here, the little tray for the small things, some gator step around it, so if you're throwing a cell phone up on the dash, it's not sliding around all over the place, and just nice big door here to access the glove box. So the ladies' purses, the snack bag, sweatshirts, I mean all the stuff that you want to tuck away that seems to be all over the place on the boat now has a great spot where it's not going anywhere. So as we continue to work our way forward up into the bow, you can see we have a huge bow here. Big removable center cushion, so if you need the extra room in the boat for passengers, you can pull this out. We have a couple of cup holders there, 3 cup holders in each side compartment. And as you can see with the cushion out of there, we got a ton of storage in the front of this boat. That wraps around all the way through the front. We have a nice spot for anchor and dock lines and bumpers. Don't have to worry about it sitting on top of a ballast bag or anything like that. So ton of storage in the Makai. And with all that closed up, you can see there's plenty of room up here to start a party. So let's get after it. So much like the Craze Pro, we have the Roswell Pro Edge tower on this boat. It's got the Wet Sounds Rev 10s hanging from the tower. We have swivel board racks. The Triton rack is an option for this boat. We've done the standard racks on it. Tower folds down nice and easy. We have a cam latch design here, so we'll flip the lever on either side and the tower will come right down into the boat. We have a little tow knob on each corner here that will help with teaching people how to wake surf. If they're getting up but they have trouble dropping down into the wave, you can hook the rope here and they will be outside of the wave before it actually shapes up. So it's been beneficial for a lot of people to learn that way. We have full Wet Sound stereo throughout the boat, Wet Sounds amplifiers, our Wet Sound subwoofer underneath the driver's helm there. It not only does the boat look good, it's going to sound great on the water as well. So let's jump into the dash a little bit. It's a very simple dash system, very easy to work. Some pretty cool stuff there. So let's check that out and we'll wrap it up. New driver's seat. It's got a nice cutout here so you can actually sit comfortably sideways. Nice big bolster flip up, so if you need to get up a little bit taller. The boat is kind of designed to sit down in the seat so that you have a nice clear view through the windshield. That is one of the main reasons why the dash is, or the screen has been offset to the right side of the dash. So we got nice visibility through here. Quick glance to the right to see the screen. We have our wake plate lever on the left side and our speed control lever on the right side, so that as we're driving somebody, we don't need to take our hands off the wheel to make adjustments to the boat. We can make a quick glance to the right to see the screen and still getting a ton of visibility through the windshield of the boat. All the switches are on our left hand side here. We have our courtesy lights, 4 accent lights, or excuse me, accent switches, so that if you want to tie in a light bar, docking lights, some underwater LEDs, you can tie those into these switches here. We have our navigation, and then these 3 bottom ones are our ballast switches. The ballast system actually has a sensor built into it now that will override the timer. So as you flip these they're going to run off a timer, and if that sensor doesn't sense water through the sensor tube, it will allow the pumps to keep running until the ballast is all the way full, or vice versa, all the way empty. That way we're not getting residual ballast left in the bags, or maybe the gauge says we're full on the dash, but we've been moving too fast and haven't picked up enough water to be completely full. So that's a nice new add-on for the 2019 Moombas. As you can see on the dash, really clean look. It's very basic. It's only got 3 pages. So this is our ballast page here where we can see our ballast settings. We can swipe over. This will also show us our ballast settings and our surf plates and smart plates. We can turn the surf on and off from the screen or from the switch down here on the dash. If we turn on our auto wake, that gives us a different view, which will actually show us our bow pitch, how high the bow is, and then our roll, whether it be left or right. Those settings are really important when it comes to programming your auto wake. We can program the boat so that we can always achieve the same amount of roll or the same amount of bow pitch, and this allows us to dial in the wake or wave without all the guesswork. We can go to the same settings every single time, and the only thing that's going to make the wake or wave any different is going to be our displacement. To kind of gauge that, we have the wake gauge through the center of the screen here. On the left side is our potential, on the right side is our actual. So based on the amount of people in the boat, the amount of gear in the boat, the amount of ballast in the boat, our potential is going to go up or down based on the weight. Our actual setting will vary slightly depending on if we are manipulating the ballast at all. So if we're dumping a little bit of weight out of the bow or a little bit of weight out on one side for the surf wave, that actual arrow may move slightly off what our potential is. This is all designed to let the boat driver know that, hey, we can maximize the wave if we add some more weight in these places, or you can just let the auto wake do its thing, and with the right settings, it'll maximize the wake for you every time. Another nice feature of this is the amplitude number here. Say we have a 3.5 degree roll to the right for surfing, but all of a sudden we want to teach a little kid and they don't need as big a wake as we have. We can back down the amplitude from 100 down to 75%, 50%, 25%. We're going to still achieve that same roll and pitch that we have programmed, but we're going to achieve it with less ballast, making the wake or wave smaller for them. So really cool stuff from Moomba. It's something that no other company has. Auto wake is strictly proprietary to Supra and Moomba boats. So something that nobody else can touch. It's great technology, and it really helps you learn either how to set up the boat or how to maximize your wake and wave. The next page, this boat does not have the GPS mapping on it. If you opted for that feature, we would swipe right one more time to get our mapping. As you can see on all the pages, the information on the bottom stays the same. So it's always going to give me the information we need for vitals down there. So very cool look to it, very simple system to learn and operate. It just makes the whole package come together. It's a no worries type of system, something that you can go out any day of the week and the boat will tell you exactly what's going on with the auto wake settings. You're going to have great wakes, great waves, and in a boat this size, an awesome time with a lot of people. So let's check out the motor, and we'll do one quick wrap around on the outside of the boat, give you a last look at it, and we'll call it a day. Okay, so what's a boat without a power plant? In the Moombas, we run the Inmar Raptor motors. The base motor for this boat is the 6.2 liter 400 motor. And we got our nice little warming tray over the top of it for that cold life jacket. So there it is, 6.2 liter Raptor 400 by Inmar. This is a closed cooling motor. This is a base motor for Moomba boats. It's plenty of power for us. We're close to sea level, so with the auto wake feature allowing all of our plates to deploy for takeoff, we have great planing speeds. We don't need to upgrade the motor just to get a little bit more torque and planing out of the boat. So great motor for around here. If you're going up in elevation, you might opt for the 450. There's also a 6.2 liter Raptor block with closed cooling. These have been great motors. They have a ton of torque, a ton of power in them. They're beefy, and that's what you need on a boat like this, big old beefy motor. So that's most of it. We'll give you another quick shot of the outside, and if you have any questions, feel free to call us, email me, steve@galeysmarine.com. Can be reached at 661-327-5711. We're here to answer all your questions. Hopefully we'll get the boat on the water soon, and we'll get you some shots of the wake and wave. So thanks for watching. So there it is, 2019 Moomba Makai, 24.5 feet of awesome for the family. Come in and see us. If you have any questions, give us a call. We're here to help with whatever we can, and hope you enjoyed the video. We'll get you some shots of the boat on the water soon, and let us know if we could help you. Thanks a lot.